morning, Cardinals fans. Happy Sunday and happy first win of the season at Busch. Despite the frigid temperatures, actually historically cold in St. Louis yesterday, the Cardinals, well, insert pun about heating things up here. Long story and bad puns short, the Cardinals picked up a win yesterday and they beat Zack Greinke in the process. Despite a rough first inning and matching a career high in walks, Michael Wacha was able to limit the damage and keep things relatively under control as he gave up 2 runs in 5 innings of work. Now, I'm not going to pretend that he looked real good doing it. Blame the weather, blame the strike zone, blame his usual inconsistency, or whatever else you want, but it wasn't Michael Wacha's best. But he did somehow manage to keep things under control enough to keep the Cardinals in the game until he could turn the ball over to the bullpen. You know, for a large portion of the offseason, like a large portion, pretty much all of the offseason, I expected the bullpen to be a significant weakness for the Cardinals in 2018. And even though Mike Myers and to some extent Sam Tuivailala are basically irrelevant for whatever reason, the bullpen, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but the way Mike Matheny has utilized it in the last couple of days has actually been really solid. Maybe Mike Maddux actually is making a difference. Dominic Leone continues to make his off night in Milwaukee look like just a blip on the radar. Matt Bowman might need a bionic arm by the All-Star break, but he's throwing well, so it'll work for now. Jordan Hicks found himself in his first real trouble as a major league reliever with 2 runners on in the 8th inning. Now, while 1 run did eventually score, it was of the unearned variety, and after a hand-on-the-shoulder chat with Mike Maddux and another one from Yadier Molina, the rookie worked himself out of the jam and proved himself quite capable of handling the heat. I had to get one weather-related pun in there, come on. Do you know me at all? Anyway, apparently Bud Norris is actually still really good, and he was the only pitcher yesterday for the Cardinals who didn't seem to have any trouble with the mysterious and never-before-seen strike zone. Just think, when they add Greg Holland into this mix on Monday, games are going to get a lot shorter for opposing teams, and that is a good thing for the Cardinals considering the short outings from most of their starters so far. Of course, it helps when the offense actually decides to show up and score some runs. And evidently, there was a pretty specific game plan in place to combat a lot of those high strikeout totals that we'd seen against the likes of Syndergaard, DeGrom, and Ray. Hit better with 2 strikes. According to Joe Treza, José Martínez and Yadier Molina talked about that specifically before yesterday's game and how they needed to improve not just their approach, but their execution of that approach when they got themselves in 2-strike situations. The result? 8 2-strike hits yesterday, including a handful of them in what would be a 3-run inning capped off by yet another Jose all I do is hit Martínez home run. Maybe this whole Breakfast Club, let's chat about our game plan thing should happen more often. I won't lie, José Martínez to me is still a bit of a defensive liability, no matter where he plays. However, there's so much value there that you can't not put him in the lineup. Much like Marcell Ozuna hitting 4th for the Cardinals solves a lot of their awkward lineup problems from last year, Martínez hitting 5th does the same thing. In fact, Alex over at Birds on the Black did some quick math during the game yesterday to show just how significant Martínez versus Molina in the 5 spot make a difference for the Cardinals. You should check it out because the numbers, they don't lie. You know, we've talked a lot about how long Tommy Pham had to wait to get his shot at the major leagues. But can we talk about José Martínez for a minute? His first professional season was in 2006, the same as Tommy Pham's. Martínez has tallied 3,254 minor league at-bats. That's 529 more than Tommy Pham. He too had to battle his way to recognition, and even when he did so with a team that didn't really have a spot for him to play every day, and On paper, they still don't have a spot for him to play every day, and yet Martinez is forcing the issue by simply being too good to sit. Gotta give a guy props for that. For the Cardinals though, the hotter he is, the better they become, and the easier it is to overlook some of the faults for their best features. Luke Weaver will try to be one of those best features this afternoon as the Cardinals try to win their second series of the season before welcoming the Brew Crew in for round 2 of the battle for the NLC. I really wanted to say something else about heating up there, but I'm not gonna do it.